Now we are going to discuss about the basic input and output programs. So let's start. Basic input output programs. Let's rename our file also. Basic input output programs. So now the very first one in this series we will be discussing about, we are going to discuss to add, write a program to add two numbers by using input function. So now let's declare the variable first. So now let's start the declaring the variable. A is equal to, we are going to take the input from the user end side, then we will be using the input, then enter the first number, another variable again using the int input function. We have already discussed this example, this program, but again we are discussing just for a simple change that we will be discussing one more variable which we want to declare, that is C, and in C we are going to add the A variable as well as B variable. So we are applying here addition operator, that is one of the arithmetic operators which we have discussed. So now we will print the result, that sum of sum of A and sum of A and B is C. So we have not connected yet, so it will take few seconds to connect, then our program will run. So it's connected here. Now let's check what is the error. Error is of comma. So now let's enter the first digit, that is like 5 I want to enter, then again second digit. Now let's enter the 20. So now as you can see, sum of 5 and 20 is 25. The same program which we have discussed earlier also, like for adding two digits. So what is the change here in this program? So as you can see, I just wanted to show you here that the logic which I have applied here, that whatever we are going to write inside the inverted commas, it will display as it is, like sum of, it is showing as it is. Then A I have written here. A I have not written inside the inverted commas, or I have not enclosed in the double quotes. So it will display whatever we are going to write here in input A box. So we have entered here 5, so it will be it will also be displaying here 5. Then and again in the inverted commas, so it will display as it is. And now again I have written here, that is B, and now is again I have written inside the inverted commas, it will display as it is. And now C is here, and in the C, what we are doing, we are adding two variables. Addition arithmetic operator we are using here for adding the variable A and B, and now the result is 25. Now in the series of the basic input output programs, let's discuss the second one. And second one is to write a program to calculate the area of rectangle. Now let's consider length we are taking as a variable, integer, because I want to enter you in the form of integer only, then enter the length of rectangle, breadth, int, input, inverted commas, enter the breadth of rectangle. Now another variable which we are going to declare, that is area is equal to length into breadth. Area into breadth. Now print area of rectangle is area. Now first that enter the length of the rectangle. Now let's consider the length of rectangle is 8 and the breadth of the rectangle is 10. So now the area of rectangle is 80, which means now you have learned how to write a program to calculate the area of a rectangle. In the same way, we are going to discuss some few more programs also regarding the basic input and output, so that you will be able to analyze. So you guys are going to be very fluent in writing the programs, in using the input function, in using the specific input function, input, taking the values from the users end, like integer, float, strings, all these. So now let's discuss the another one that we are having, that is the area. Write a program to calculate the area of circle. Then calculate the let's take the variable here as a radius, then input, then enter the radius. Now it is showing as a suggestion, so just press the tab and it will, and everything will be written here. So as you can see, enter the radius of circle and then the area of circle will be, area is equal to 3.14, and because that is the pi r square is the area, so the value of the pi, that is we have written here, that is 3.14, then into radius and again into radius, which means r square, which means this radius which we are going to enter, it will be square of this, then area of circle, and then area, same we have used here. So here we are just applying the formula for calculating the area of circle. Here we have applied the formula of area to calculate the area of rectangle. So now let's run this program. So now we have to enter the radius of circle. Now let's consider the area. The radius of circle is 4. Now so the area of circle is 50.24. Now the next program is to write a program to calculate the simple interest. So first variable, that is for principal, let's take only p, so it will be easy for us to write again and again. Then input integer, then input, then enter the principal amount, then t for time, then integer, input, enter the time period, then r stands for rate here, so we have taken another variable, again input, then enter the rate of interest. Now for simple interest, let's take si, again variable, and the value, the formula, that is p asterisk t asterisk r, which means principal into time into rate, then bracket will close, then divide by 100, enter, then print simple interest is comma si. Now run this. So first the it will ask us to enter the principal amount, that is, now let's consider 10,000. Now the time period, that is 5 years, rate of interest is like, let's consider 8%. So this will be the complete simple interest. So this is the simple interest, that is 4,000. So this is how we can make a calculator to calculate the simple interest in a Python. So I hope you guys find it very easy. In the same way, we can make for the for calculating the compound interest also. Next is students that write a program, for BMI calculator. Now let's consider a variable, that is weight, input, enter the weight in kg, then height, again int and input function, enter the height in now let's consider into the centimeter if you want, or in the feet if you want to write, it's up to you. Then let's take the another variable, that is BMI, we want to calculate. So the formula for calculating it, that is weight divide height, then power of height. square of the height, then print BMI is comma BMI. So now enter your weight in the kg. Now let's consider 90, height in the centimeter 175. So this is the BMI it is showing here. Enter the weight in like 90 kg, height in centimeter, that is, now let's consider 175, and so this will be the BMI. So this is how you can make you can write a program for the BMI calculator, and in the same way you can write the program for any another calculator, like for calculating the area, surface area. So in all such ways you can use it. So now let's discuss the another one, that is write a program to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. So let's take the variable for Celsius C, then write in terms of float, because if we will be taking in the form of decimals, then enter the temperature in Celsius. Now we will apply the Fahrenheit formula here, that is C asterisk 9 into 5 plus 32. So this is the formula for converting the Celsius into Fahrenheit. So now temperature in Fahrenheit is comma F. So now enter the temperature in the Celsius. For consider the temperature in the Celsius is 40. So now in the Fahrenheit it will be 104. So I hope now you guys are enjoying like how we can write the different Python programs to calculate the area, to for the conversion also, for the calculator also. So now let's discuss one more, that write a program to convert kilometers into miles. So let me tell you, in 1 mile we are having 1.6 kilometer. Now let's take km as a variable here, then float input, enter the distance in kilometers. Now we have to convert into miles, so miles is equal to kilometer asterisk 0.621, then print distance in miles is comma miles. So now let's 5 kilometer, wait, So enter the distance in kilometer, like 5 kilometer I want to convert into mile. So now it means the distance in miles is 3.105. 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometer. So that's why it was written that and 1 mile is equal to 1 kilometer into sorry, yes, 1 kilometer into 0.621. Write a program. Another one is that write a program to calculate the square and cube of any number. So for square, let's take this as a variable, then int input, then enter the number, then for cube is equal to int int int, then input function, then enter the number. Now uh, print square of, so we will write here that square which you are going to enter then is, like we have already discussed in the starting, is square. For calculating the square, which means 2 times we are going to write square, then 2 times asterisk and then 2, then print, and for cube of cube, then is cube into 3. So now let's run this. So enter the number for calculating the square. Now let's 5. I want to calculate the square. Now enter the number for calculating the cube. So I want to calculate the cube of 5 only. So now as you can see, the square of 5 is 25 and the cube of 5 is a 125. So I guess now you can calculate the square or cube of any number. Now we are going to discuss 2 to 3 programs which are different from the basic input and output. Write a program for absolute value. Like consider a is a variable here and the value is -6. But I want to make it as a whole. So I will write absolute value of a is ABS, then A, and now run. So as you can see, this negative is now is converted into the positive one. So this is the program. This is the basically a function which we are using inside the print, just to make sure to convert it into the absolute form. Or you can do this also, like you can take another variable and you can write here EBS and then write A, and you can simply call here B as a variable. So now as you can see, the absolute value of A is 6. Now let's discuss the another one. And this program is that a program write a program to find maximum number or maximum digit, you can say. Let's consider this A we are having here. A, now let's A is equal to 10, B is equal to 8, C is equal to 200. Now I want to now I want to find which one is the maximum. So then max A comma B and comma C. Let's write the line also here, one statement that the maximum number out of A A, B, C is okay. Somewhere we are making a mistake. Let's try again. Okay. We are not you I forgot to use the comma here. So now the maximum number out of the ABC is 200. And in the same way, if you want to check, like for the right program to find minimum number, like A 300, B is equal to 9, C is equal to 7, C is equal to 7, C is equal to 7, then print smallest, or just write minimum number out of A, B, C is minimum A, comma B, comma C. And now let's run this program. And now as you can see, the minimum one is 7. So I guess everyone has enjoyed the basic input and output programs and some basic calculators which we have discussed, as well as to calculate the like simple interest, to calculate the area, surface area. This is how you can calculate, as well as how to add the two numbers, subtract, divide. In the same way you can do it to calculate and square or cube of the any number, to make the to convert any value into the absolute one, to find the maximum and minimum number. So now next we will be discussing more about the some Python programs.